There's increasing interest nowadays in red light therapies. So I just want to briefly describe the two major types of red light therapies and how they can be used differently. Red light therapies generally fall into two bins. The first of which is red light panels that emit red light, which is also long wavelength light, and near infrared light, which is even longer wavelengths of light that we can't see, but that other species can, like pit vipers. Those two wavelengths of light, red light, which is somewhere around, 670 nanometers for you aficionados, and near infrared light, which is out beyond that, have the unique capability to penetrate through tissues, including skin, and yes, can get to some of the superficial aspects of some of the organs that sit beneath the skin. Now, there is a large body of peer-reviewed research that supports the use of red light therapy for things like accelerating wound healing, maybe even for improving symptoms of acne, and also for improving mitochondrial function. Most notably, there was a study, actually two studies done in humans and a number of them in animal models out of University College London, showing that red light therapy using red light and near infrared light viewed for just a couple of minutes each morning, only a few times per week, can actually improve mitochondrial function of the neural retina and offset some age-related vision loss. And it does that by improving mitochondrial function in the photoreceptors, reducing so-called reactive oxygen species, and on and on. Again, the point here is that red light therapy is not a new idea. The whole idea of using sunlight or phototherapy for the treatment of various diseases and for offsetting aging is a long-standing practice, and there's a lot of peer-reviewed research out there to support its use. Now, that's one major category of so-called red light therapy. The other major category of red light therapy is the use of dim red lights in the evening. So not red light panels of the commercially available sort, but dim red lights in the evening and nighttime in order to try and keep cortisol levels low. Why would you want to do this? Well, it is very advantageous to have your cortisol levels spike early in the day. A lot of people don't realize this. They think cortisol is bad. It's a stress hormone. Cortisol is wonderful, provided it is elevated, even spiking early in the day. And one of the best ways to do that is to view bright light of the short and medium wavelength or full spectrum light, like sunlight. So short and medium would be blue and green hues of light, but long wavelength is, again, the red light, and full spectrum light, aka sunlight, includes all of those and is known, if you view it in the morning, to increase baseline cortisol levels by up to 50%, which is great. It increases mood, focus, and alertness throughout the day. It can enhance the output of your immune system to fend off viruses and bacteria. All wonderful things to have early in the day. Later in the day, however, you want your cortisol levels low, certainly lower than early in the day. And one of the best ways to do that is to control your stress, but also to avoid bright light exposure to the eyes. And because most of us live in environments where we still need to see in the evening, and at nighttime we don't go to bed when the sun goes down, most of us anyway, using red lights can do that, but not red light panels that are very bright, rather just inexpensive red light bulbs, even party lights. Those are going to, and have been shown to, keep cortisol levels low in the evening and improve transition time to sleep, quality of sleep, etc. There's a beautiful study done in shift workers showing that shift workers who have to be up late, which I guess could translate to if you're a parent and you have to be up in the middle of the night, nursing babies, etc., taking care of others, that being under red light, or if you can't be under red light, dim lights in the evening is best. So again, you have your bright red light panels that are used for the treatment of different organs and tissues and increasing mitochondrial function. And then separately, you have your dim red lights that don't require purchasing any panel. In fact, the panels of red lights and near infrared lights are far too bright and will actually potentially increase cortisol late in the evening. So keep that in mind. You don't want that, but the dim red lights are wonderful if your goal is to transition to sleep, have a mellow evening. Of course, I'm going to get questions about, which red light panels and which red light bulbs. I'm not going to include any of that in this post because I don't want this to be about anything commercial or a purchase. If you're interested in red light panels, there are a bunch of different options to choose from. I'll do a post about that in the future. However, I think most everyone could benefit from dimming the lights, regardless of the color, in the evening to reduce cortisol. Again, bright light increases cortisol. Great thing early in the day, not good late in the day. And if you are interested, you could always go out and search for inexpensive red lights or even party lights. whatever works for the aesthetic and your home environment, and just switch over to those late in the evening. If you go to bed around 10:30 or even midnight, switch over to those around 9:30, 10. And again, if you get some bright light exposure every once in a while in the late evening, don't despair. You have to live your life, go out dancing, have a great time, go to dinner, enjoy life. But when at home, and most days, try and keep those cortisol levels high in the early part of the day and low in the later part of the day. And inexpensive red lights that you can purchase pretty much anywhere online are going to be a great way to do that. And will probably save you on your lighting bill, frankly. So again, no commercial angle to any of this. It's just there's been a lot of questions about red light. People are really interested in red light for all sorts of reasons. I, as a neurobiologist who's worked on the visual system for, over 2.5 decades, love this topic because how light impacts the neural retina, which is part of your brain, and then the rest of your brain and body is something of deep interest to me. And I indeed have switched to using red lights in the evening. I also use a red light panel early in the day. Typically, these days, I'll do a cold plunge, then I'll take a warm shower to make sure I'm vasodilated, and then I'll get in front of the red light for 10 minutes in the morning. Most days, not every day, but I also switch to the red lights in the evening, of the other sort where they're real dim, and I like to read under those red lights, and it makes for a very nice, smooth transition into sleep, and it has improved my sleep as it does for many other people. Okay, lots to discuss about this. I did a whole episode about light and health. You can find that at hubermanlab.com. By the way, that website is organized such that if you put any topic or combination of topics into the search function, so red light dopamine, red light testosterone, red light estrogen into the search function, it will take you to the exact timestamps of those episodes. You don't have to go listen to the entire episodes, because I realize those take a while, and I know you're all very busy and your time is valuable. So again, lots more to discuss about this, but hopefully this gets our appetites whetted a bit for this topic of red light and other phototherapies. And if you have any questions, please put those in the comment section below this post. I'll read them and take a look for future content. And last, certainly not least, thank you for your interest in science.